Welcome to the paper of open source software in the subject of information technology. Friends, in this module we will study something about open journal system. This is a case study of open source software. Now, when we talk about open source software, we have discussed Linux, we have discussed LAMP, and these are the software that can be installed on open source platform, that is LAMP platform. So, let us begin with the discussion of Open Journal System. It is abbreviated as OJS. Now, before discussing Open Journal System, we must discuss what is a journal and how Open Journal System, the software, will help in journals production and publication. Friends, journal can be quite similar to magazine, but journal contains scholarly articles. Journal has some publication cycle. So, there is a periodical publication of journal. Journals can be published monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, yearly, and so on. The main difference between journal and simple magazines are magazine can be of any subject, but journal is most of the time it is domain specific. So, there can be a journal of database, there can be a journal of artificial intelligence, there can be a journal of open source as well. So, journals are very much domain specific. They do have their own publication cycles, what we call periodicals. Journals contain articles that are of scholarly nature. Most of the cases they are research articles. So, students, teachers, academicians, they usually publish their research using journals. So, journal is a way by which the researchers and other communities they can interact and they can develop more good knowledge. So, journals help in generating knowledge base and that too for a particular subject. So, this is about journal. Now, journals earlier days before 2 decades journals used to come in hard copy, that is printed copy. Nowadays with the development of IT infrastructure, journals can be online. Most of the time the articles they are in the form of PDF files, they can be uploaded on the journal software. So, in this module we will discuss what is Open Journal System, how it can be configured, we will see the features of OJS, Open Journal System, and how we can submit articles to the OJS, what are the different users and roles that can interact with the Open Journal System. So, as you can see in the slide, the Open Journal System, it is an open source software and it is used for management and publication of peer reviewed academic journals. Open Journal System is created by Public Knowledge Project PKP and the OJS system is released under GNU GPL license. So, it is open source software. OJS was designed for the faculties, researchers, students for publishing their peer reviewed articles. Now, most of the time whoever installs Open Journal System, the articles are open access articles. When we say open access means anyone can see the article and they can download the article without any payments. Open Journal System supports journal management. So, there are stages, we will go through the stages in the subsequent section, but when a researcher or a student submits article, there are stages. Stages are of peer review and there are editorial processes. So, the articles or manuscripts they are submitted through the Open Journal System, and the Open Journal System is freely available. You can download the source code. The website is pkp.sfu.ca. Apart from Open Journal System, PKP, that is Public Knowledge Project, they have few other softwares for conference management system, manuscript management system and so on. But in this module we will be focusing on Open Journal System. I believe that once you know Open Journal System, you will be quite familiar with software like conference management and so on, because more or less the working is quite similar apart from the registration process. As I said, journal they are scholarly articles. Now, when a student submits some research article or when a researcher submits some research article, it has to be evaluated by others. So, this process is known as peer reviewing or we call it referred journal. So, a researcher when he submits article, the journal editor will decide who will review this article. So, the journal editor or section editor, they will allocate the article submitted by student to some reviewer. This process, it is known as peer reviewing. So, all researchers, they are considered to be peers and they exchange articles within each other to get it reviewed. Usually, the reviewer are experienced person who know more about the subject domain. So, this is what we call peer reviewing. Sometimes there is also double blind review, where the reviewer does not know who is the author of that article. So, whoever is the author name and all those things are hidden and the article goes for peer review. So, whenever reviewer reviews the article, he is not aware whoever is the author of that article, and sometimes review is done twice. So, we call it peer reviewed or double blinded peer review system. So, this is about reviewing process of journal. Now, let us see on the next slide. We will discuss the features of open journal system. Open journal system can be installed locally on your desktop, it can be installed on a departmental server or it can be installed on web server, and it can be controlled locally. The editors, they are the main person who interact with reviewers and the submit authors. So, the editors configure requirements, they configure different sections, they configure review process and so on. Open journal system allows online submission of articles and management of the article. So, it is completely paperless process. There is also a subscription module. So, if it is a paid journal, then there is a subscription module which will take care of the payments of the open access deadlines and so on. Apart from all these modules, there is an indexer module. The indexer module will extract metadata and it will index all articles according to the keywords. There are quite good reading tools, authoring tools available in OJS. OJS can also be integrated with email server to fire email notifications. The authors or reviewers can comment using emails. And finally, the open journal system has quite good support. In the future screens, we will see how efficient support is available. There are good documentation, there are videos, there are courses available. So, if I am an editor, I can take course and I can know what an editor has to do with the OJS system. If I am a reviewer, again there is a course on reviewer. Reviewer can take course and see how the review process happens and how reviewer interacts with OJS. So, there are different courses available. There are quite good video lectures available. They are all open access. You can go through the website, you can see them. I have mentioned them in the extra reading notes. So, let us move to the next slide. This is a sample journal. This is the front page of a sample journal. Now, here you can see there is something like volume number, volume 1 and number 1, and there is a year 2005. So, this says the journal is volume 1 number 1 for the year 2005. The title of journal is Open Journal System Demonstration Journal. So, this is a demo page. This page is created by PKP, Public Knowledge Project, and they have given a demonstration how Open Journal works. So, there is home, archives, and this is volume 1. Next month or maybe in next periodical cycle, there will be volume 2 and so on. Now, there are table of contents. So, these are the articles, the green highlighted, they are all articles and these are the authors. So, there can be articles. When you click on this article, the article can be in PDF which can be opened. Here you can see there are articles, there is HTML and PDF, both are supported. You can see the HTML and PDF, both formats are there, and few introductory articles are in video format or maybe in slides or audio only. So, these are the multimedia content and this is the PDF or HTML content. The bottom of this page, it is about the reviewers who reviewed, and some other notes can be written at the bottom of this page. Now, let us move on to the right part. This is, there is a login screen available. You can see there is a provision of username and password. So, authors, reviewers, they can log in through this screen. There is a section for notification and there is a text box to search. So, we can enter the keywords over here and we can search. There is also a facility of browsing by issue, by author or by title. So, these are the features that are provided by Open Journal system. For a reader, he may be interested in reading articles or he may be interested in searching articles by author wise, issue wise, title wise. There are few general instructions for readers, authors, which is at the bottom. So, this is the front page of Open Journal system. This is for a particular journal. If there are multiple journals, suppose there is a journal in computer science, there is a journal in machine learning. So, there can be different journals with different volume numbers and TOC and articles will also differ. Now, let us discuss the workflow. The Open Journal system workflow is quite complicated process and whoever manages the Open Journal system must be aware of the workflow, because each user has certain role to be done. Now, you can see the keys. There is a journal manager. So, it is light blue color. The journal manager will do these tasks. Then there are tasks for editor. You can see editor, it is light orange color. These are the tasks performed by editor. Then there are section editor, reviewer, copy editor, layout editor, proofreader. Finally, there is author and reader. So, different keys are used, different colors are used to identify who will do what kind of work. And this is entire workflow. It starts from the submission of article. So, the workflow starts with this area. The author will submit articles, he will upload the scholarly articles along with keywords and the process will start. So, this is the initiation phase and the bottom, this one is the final page. After all these processes are over, the journal will go in archives. So, the reader can read current issue or the reader can read the archives. So, the workflow starts with author submitting his article and the workflow ends with the reader reading the article, maybe the current issue or maybe the archive. Now, what are in between section? Let us go through it. So, let us start with this phase. Author has submitted the articles. If it is a monthly journal, every month they are collecting articles. So, there will be a queue of articles. There will be lot of articles arriving for the journal. A journal can be divided into sections. So, apart from editor, there can be section editor. If the journal has 4 sections, there will be 4 section editors and there can be a main editor. So, what the editor does, as soon as the article arrives, he will decide whether the article has to be submitted to a particular section editor or it is a general article. Once it is decided, the article will go for the review process. As I said, Open Journal system allows peer review. So, this whoever submits the article, if the article satisfies their rules, then it goes for the review process. Now, there are reviewers who will review the article. The reviewers will review the article and they will submit the comments. As soon as the review is conducted, the reviewers submit the review of the article, whether it has to be accepted or not. Now, before selecting this, the reviewers are also selected. Reviewers are invited. Apart from reviewers, there can be proofreaders, copy editors. There are so many people who get engaged with a single article as well. Now, after the article is selected, then the other phase starts, that is copy editing. In the copy editing phase, whoever is the editor, they will take care of the grammar, they will take care of the clarity. So, it is quite obvious the researcher may not be good in English, he may not be able to clarify certain concepts. So, once the article is accepted, then it goes for copy editing, where the language is improved and it is made more user friendly. So, apart from copy editing, there are other editors, there are layout editors, they will check for the layout. If the article is submitted in LaTeX form or some other format, then it has to be converted into HTML, maybe PDF, PS and so on. So, layout editor will take care that the article goes in proper format. Once the article is ready, then the proofreading starts. So, the proofreader will try to check for errors, if any, spelling mistakes, typo errors, they are all checked by the proofreaders. So, again I will like to bring in notice, proofreader is one user of the Open Journal system, layout editor is another user, copy editor is one more user, there are reviewers, there are editors, section editor, these all are different people or entities who work with the OJS, Open Journal system. Once the proofreading phase is over, the article is selected for certain issue, it goes for publication. Once the article goes for publication, again there can be publication manager who are responsible of releasing articles on periodical basis. So, they publish the article in the current issue and it also goes for archives. And finally, when the reader reads this, the workflow completes. So, as I said, the workflow starts from the submission of an article and it ends when the article is published and it goes in the archive. This diagram is available from the Public Knowledge Project website and it highlights the entire workflow of the system. So, if you are planning to install the Open Journal system, you must be very much clear with this workflow. So, as soon as you start creating users, you will know which user has what kind of roles and responsibilities. So, as we have discussed, there are many users, there are multiple reviewers, multiple editors, there can be researchers who are submitting articles and there are visitors. The only point is visitor may not require to log in. If it is an open access journal, visitors do not log in, they can simply browse the articles and they can download or refer those articles. For rest of the users, they do need login. So, once you install Open Journal system, you have to take care that we create the users in such a way that each and every user is justified according to the roles they are assigned. Now, let us see how OJS will work. We will study the installation process later, but once the Open Journal system is downloaded, we try to configure with LAMP. LAMP is a platform on which Open Journal system will work. Open Journal system, it is a web application. So, it requires PHP and MySQL. If MySQL is not present, you can use PostgreSQL. So, the minimum requirements are you need Apache web server, because it is a web application, you will need PHP and you will need MySQL. Once you download the Open Journal system, it is installed. Now, a single software can be used for multiple journals. So, if I am installing a single Open Journal system, I can create n number of journals. It can be for computer science databases, for machine learning, for data mining. So, a single installation is quite sufficient for multiple journals itself. But each installation will have a journal manager. So, if there are n number of journals, there has to be n number of journal managers, but there will be only a single site administrator. A site administrator is the person who takes care of the entire OJS. He has the admin password and he can manage, he can create journals, he can delete journals and he can do lot of other admin level tasks. So, to make the things clear, there is a single installation, there will be a single site administrator and he will create journal managers. So, a single installation can support multiple journals. Now, let us briefly go through the roles and responsibilities of each of the user. As you can see in the screen, the OJS provides facilities to create users. We have already discussed the type of users and their roles. Let us briefly go through them. The site administrator, usually there is a single site administrator. The account is created during installation of OJS. So, this is the only account which is created while the OJS is being installed, and the site administrator is mainly responsible for installation and creating journals. Once the journals are created, the site administrator will assign journal managers to each journal. So, now comes journal manager. Journal manager, they are responsible for their own journal. So, usually it is one-to-one mapping, one journal manager for one journal. We can also add more journal managers. Now, the journal managers are responsible for setting of journal website. So, they will set the interface, they will manage accounts, journal manager will select who will be the editor, section editor, layout editors and so on. So, for each journal there are different set of editors, proofreaders and reviewers. As you know, the person who, if a person is from database field, he will review only the database journals. So, the journal manager, he can be a non-technical person. It is not required that the journal manager must be from database field. It is desirable, but not required. So, whoever is the journal manager will select an editor. Now, the editor is an expert of database. Journal manager need not be an expert, but the editor has to be an expert. As soon as the article arrives, he knows the article is to be forwarded to whom. So, he has to be an expert of the subject. Reviewers, they are naturally they are experts of their subjects. So, the subject experts can be editor, section editor and reviewers. Rest of the users need not be subject experts, but it is desirable they are subject experts, then the things can work very smoothly. For instance, proofreader need not be an expert, he is an expert of languages. So, the journal manager will select each and every user and he will start creating accounts. Now, let us go to the next slide. Authors are the main researchers who will submit the articles. The articles are of scholarly nature and we call them manuscripts. The articles, they are known as manuscripts, they are submitted by authors. Authors upload the submission. Authors are also asked to provide keywords which will help for indexing purpose. The keywords are known as metadata. And the authors, they are provided with login ID through which they will upload the articles, and they are provided the entire track of process, how the article is being reviewed and what are the current, at what stage the article is being processed. So, all the editorial processes can be seen by the author. Editor is the main person who will take care of the journal. Editors are generally domain experts, they take care of submitting the article to reviewers, they will take care of publishing the articles, and the entire team works under the observation of editor. There can be section editor, they will be reporting to the editors as well. So, editor is the core person of any journal and the entire team of section editors, reviewers, proofreaders, copy editors, they will work under the editor's guidance. Editor prepares table of content whenever a journal is ready to be published. So, each issue has a table of content and the editor will publish journals on periodical basis. Apart from editor, there are copy editors, they are responsible for grammar and clarity. Section editor are again managing the review process. If the editor himself is too busy, the journal is quite receiving quite number of articles, then the editor will select section editor who will take care of different sections. So, the editor can delegate his work to section editor if the journal is quite familiar and they are receiving more number of articles and the editor cannot process those articles. There are reviewers, the section editor will provide the article to reviewers. So, there is a user for reviewer, there is a user for layout editor who will take care how the articles go in HTML or PDF form. Once the layouting is done, there are proofreaders who will take care of typo errors, grammatical mistakes if they are left. Once the proofreader approves the article, they are published. And finally, the readers and the authors, both of them can see their articles, they can receive notification of publication, they can view their articles. Now, let us talk about installation. Open Journal system, as I said, it is in PHP. So, the steps of installation are, there are hardly 4-5 steps, it is quite simple and may require just half an hour to install the entire Open Journal system. No doubt configuration may take nearly 1 to 2 days, because each journal has lot of people who are engaged with different activities. Now, as you can see on the screen, the step 1 is extract OGS. Once we have downloaded the Open Journal software, we unzip it and we place it in our LAMP directory. So, wherever is the website, we extract and place OJS in the LAMP directory. Now, these files, they are by default they are read only, we make it writable. These are the files and these are the directories that are to be made writable. We have to create a directory to store uploaded files. The manuscripts that are being submitted by authors are to be stored in a particular directory. Once all these things are done, all these 3 steps are over, then we open this website. This is just an example. Whatever is the domain name, you can open your own domain name, and there will be an OJS folder. So, your entire installation of OJS goes in OJS folder. You can open this page and you will be guided to installation screen. So, in this installation screen, it will ask for creating admin, the site administrator, and later on the site administrator will be responsible for creating journals. So, this is the installation of OJS. It is just a one time process. A single OJS installation can host multiple journals. Now, these are the steps to set up a journal. Earlier what we have seen was installation. Now, when we want to create a journal, these are the 5 definite steps. First is we key in the details of journal, like name of journal, ISSN number, sponsors who are the contact person for a particular journal. Then there are policies related to peer reviewing, privacy, security related policies, they all go in the second step. We have to configure the policies. The OJS allows us to create our own policy and upload it on the OJS system. For authors, there are submission guidelines. What are the copyright rules, type of copyright submission forms, and all these things they are for submission module. There is also indexer which does indexing of the manuscripts. Then comes management. As I said, journal is a periodical publishing cycle. So, the journals can be published on regular periods. There has to be some kind of scheduling, some kind of announcements depending on the availability of articles. All these kind of management tasks, they can be done by the management module. Copy editing, layout editing, proofreading, they all fall under the management module. And finally, the look and feel is very important. Each journal has its own home page. There can be header, footer, and all these configurations can be done with the last stage. So, once all these policies and submission guidelines are decided, then we can go for the look of the journal. So, these are the steps to create a single journal. If there are 5 journals, we have to follow these steps for each journal separately. Now, let us see, this is a sample screen of creating a journal. This is admin login. You can create your journal, you can give the publisher name, ISSN number. So, this is the configuration screen. Once you are creating a journal, this screen is required. This is a one time process. Let us see another screen. This is where a journal manager will create users. So, there can be authors, copy editors, reviewers. These are the users that are created by journal manager. In this screen, we are assigning roles to the users. So, there are different roles, and whoever is the user, what kind of role you want to assign, we just tick on this. So, for each journal, there can be multiple users and different roles. So, this setup has to be configured for each journal. Now, this screen, even you can view this screen without installing the OJS system. These are the demo screens available on OJS website. You can log in as admin, they provide the login session, and you can go through each of these menu. You can start creating user, you can create your own user, and you can navigate these menu. as I said, OJS is very nicely documented. So, if you want to explore each and every user, their responsibilities, what kind of screens they will come across, then this is the course center. PKP has its own school, that is PKP school. You can navigate the courses, you can take any course. This is the course of Journal Manager. So, there are modules: introduction, registration, user management, and all these. You can take these courses and you can learn more what a journal manager has to do. This is not much about technology, it is about processes. So, these courses they focus more on processes rather than the technology. Now, as I said, the website is publicknowledgeproject.org. This is the sample demo page. You can use the admin credentials, you can log in without installing your own OJS, you can work using this screen. Well, these are the references that I would like to discuss. The OJS book is available, which is open access. I have already shown the tutorials. After installing OJS, if you are not familiar with the processes, you can go to these tutorials. There are video lectures as well. The YouTube channel has many video lectures, and there is quite good documentation of nearly 200 plus pages. So, if you come across any error, you can go through the documentation. There are two documentations available for version 2 and 3. There are separate documentations. So, this is all about OJS system. It is more about processes, but I wanted to discuss this case study as open source software. So, let us quickly summarize what we have learnt in this module. We started the discussion with what is a journal. We discussed what is open journal system, how it is useful. Then we discussed various workflow of open journal system, starting from the submission of article to the viewing of article by author. So, there was an entire workflow. If you gain good competence over the workflow, you will be a good journal manager. And finally, we discussed various roles and responsibilities that can be done by the different users of OJS. So, friends, I hope you appreciated this case study. There is little technology involved, and that too while installing the OJS. Rest of the things are processes. So, a single installation can help publish multiple journals. This is a quite good software. It is being used at thousands of sites. It is adopted by most of the universities and publishers. I would recommend you to go through the website, at least explore the documentation, try your own installation, start a sample demo journal, and you can use for your internal department, or you can use as a product. I hope you enjoyed this discussion. Looking forward to meet you in the next section. Thank you.